What's up, guys? It's football Sunday. It's playoff weekend. We have our Commanders jersey on here. Hopefully we get the win versus the Bucks. I'm not very confident because we haven't really beaten any good teams this year, to be honest. And the Bucks have beat some pretty damn good teams. But we're not talking about football. We're talking about UFC, and it's UFC 311. But first off, I did not make a slide for this. I know I should have. I got carried away with a lot of stuff yesterday. And I'm just trying to get this video out for you guys. But anyways, yesterday was terrible. We lost 6.5 units, which is $650. It's fucking terrible. I said I was only going to bet $300 on fight nights. We got robbed by the Lineker decision in Muay Thai. So that threw everything off because I was like, okay, let me get that shit back. I thought Amanda Ribas was going to outstrike Dern, which you would have thought, outlanded her. Apparently that didn't happen either. I didn't really get to watch the fights much. Not too much. My two confident picks were fucking Jacoby Smith and Aliev. Aliev in start round 2 with Jacoby Smith would have been a perfect fucking play, and I don't know why I didn't do that. I added Ribas off to a stupid start to the year. But UFC 311 is here. Makhachev versus Tsarukyan 2. Or Magomedov versus Davalish. You guys probably don't know it that way. Umar versus Merab. We got that for the co-main. For the bantamweight title. It's going to be a banger. I'm very confident in a lot of picks here. I haven't been this confident when I go through my confidence levels of picks with this many fights on a fight night in forever. So I'm hoping it's a big night. My goal is 2K plus. Honestly, that's my goal, is 2K plus. So obviously we have our Patreon payment plans, $3.99 a month for NBA, $1.99 for NFL, $1.99 for UFC. I need to update everything here. For NFL and NBA I do. NBA, we're I would say about 70 units now. NFL, after this weekend, I don't know what we'll be at. Hasn't been a good week for NFL either. I don't know what the fuck's happening. It's that first week curse. But I have a feeling it's a good thing because we're going to start off shitty, terrible, and it's going to be the best year of my career of any capper in the industry. In my opinion, that's my goal. Number one capper, right? Just make as much money as we possibly can. MMA, we made 51.5 units last year, obviously. We have a bunch of members. They send their little bet slips and all this. And we obviously have a lot more than this. These are just 4. That's what would fit into the screen. So we have a lot more. We post them on our Instagram. You guys go follow the Instagram up above. We have Twitter up above as well, where we post a lot of our plays. But yeah, I mean, Patreon really speaks for itself. That's the best value you'll probably see in MMA. Because it's $2 a month, less than $2 a month, and you're gonna make over 5K if you're just betting like a few hundred an event, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's the best value in the game, to quite frankly, to be honest. I need to change some of these slides colors and all that stuff. I know that, but I'm trying to get through this so you guys get the video out for this week. I'll have everything changed and stuff by the next video that comes out. But I was pretty busy last night, like I said, and then today I was busy getting all the playoff brackets done for everybody. I had to clean up a little bit, stuff like that, and I need to get the video out, and I'm trying to get it done before the Commanders game. So obviously you can see every event's tracked from last year, so we're not lying about nothing. Go back to the Patreon, check every event. You can literally add it all up. I know it'll take hours, but if you do, I guarantee everything's going to line up 100% correctly. Obviously made $5,100 last year, 24% ROI, which is pretty good, but we could do better. Here is every pay-per-view, PFL, Bellator, Apex event, city event, country event. It's all tracked. It's very organized. We know what we need to improve on. Pay-per-views, PFL, Bellator, let's load the fucking house. City events, country events, Apex events, I shit the fucking bed again. I need to stop fucking playing those, even though it was an easy event. I will say, I just fucked up on Rebusted Strikes. But yeah, keep it consistent with the number. So we did 650 this week. I guess I'm going to have to do like 300-400 next week and just keep it there. Just keep it at the 300 or 400. Don't fucking load up on that shit. It's stupid. It's stupid. For Contender Series or other organizations, boxing, BKFC, we're not going to load that much into that stuff, to be honest. We were 44-9 last year in events. We're already 0-1 this year. We're going to beat that number this year. I'm almost positive. For the first fight of the night, we have Tagir Ulanbekov versus Clayton Carpenter. I don't even have my notes with me, to be honest. So this is going to be all freestyle. I pretty much know all these fights like back of my hand. Obviously, you have Tagir. He trains with Khabib, right? He's a wrestler. Striking's whatever. He doesn't get, it's really whatever. He's just a wrestler. His takedown defense isn't the best. He's really good. He's a really good wrestler. And that's what's going to be tough because he's beaten some good guys. He's fought way better competition. Clayton Carpenter, obviously, is a lot newer to the UFC. He's 2-0 in the UFC. Tagir's 4-1. Tagir's a big favorite here, and he's grown even more. I don't agree with that, quite frankly, to be honest. Clayton Carpenter, also a grappler, striking's whatever, you know. It's decent. I will say it's decent. I want to say he has a boxing background. This is a tough fight, and definitely a fight I'm going to stay away from. Both grapplers. Tagir has shown bad takedown defense. So Clayton Carpenter could definitely win this fight by taking him down. And on the feet, I think Clayton Carpenter could also be the better boxer. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'm going to play this fight. If you wanted to play anything, I would do the plus 3.5 for Clayton Carpenter. I'm not really 100% positive on this fight. I would just fade it. For the next fight, we have Grant Dawson taking on Diego Ferreira. Grant Dawson's a fucking wet blanket wrestler. He's dominant, 10-1 in the UFC. The only loss is that fluky loss to Bobby Green where he got knocked out with a jab. Very fluky. Take that fight away. He's a negative 700 favorite here. I love Grant Dawson. He's taking on Diego Ferreira, like I said, 10-5, journeyman in the UFC. I mean, he's just a grappler, right? He has decent striking, good grappling, but he has no takedown defense. He gasses. I mean, his cardio, I already said the cardio is not very good. His scrambles is what I meant. It is pretty good, but I don't think his scrambles are going to be that good versus someone like Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson's going to be able to take him down. He's going to keep him there, and he's going to hold him there for 15 minutes. High confident pick for me. Don't overthink it. It's Grant Dawson. Ricky Turcios taking on Bernardo Sopaj. Ricky Turcios, he's weird as hell, in all honesty. Just look up some of the videos. The guy's fucking odd. He has good scrambles. When he strikes, he pretty much just kind of swings at air, to be honest. And you can see that with his 37% striking accuracy. He'll sit there and be 10 feet away from you from the cage and just like throw some shit, throw dust in your face, do all this Wizard of Oz shit. I don't know, man. He's very odd. No takedown defense. I don't think he's very good. He's 2-2 in the UFC. He's taking on Bernardo Sopaj. Sopaj's pretty good, right? His last fight, obviously he got slept brutally by Vinicius Oliveira. He gassed, but he did take that fight on short notice. I understand he's a negative 300 favorite. I want to say he's negative 370 now. But yeah, I mean, he's young. He could wrestle good. He's going to get the takedowns here. On the feet, I think he does have more power. He's more dangerous. In all honesty, man, I just think he's the better fighter. I think he's going to take him down. And I think it's going to be that simple, quite frankly. He's just going to be able to take him down as much as he wants. The reason I'm not betting him is because his debut, he got slept brutally and he gassed. That's the main part. He gassed. Was it due to short notice, or is that just Bernardo Sopaj? Is he just a gasser? Some people are. That's what I'm afraid of here. I don't think he gets finished because Turcios isn't very dangerous if he gasses. But I will say Bernardo Sopaj is the pick. He should be able to wrestle fuck Turcios for the full 15 minutes. And when it's on the feet, he's going to be dangerous. And if he hits Turcios, he's going to hurt him. So Sopaj should be the pick. I wouldn't play him. It's a little risky. I would suggest watch Bernardo Sopaj. See how he looks in this fight. How's his cardio? That's the biggest issue. So we'll find out if it was a short notice issue or if it's a Bernardo Sopaj issue. Payton Talbott taking on Raoni Barcelos. I don't think I really have to break this one down much at all. Payton Talbott's the next up-and-coming superstar of that bantamweight division. He's long, he's tall, he's powerful, and he's a good-ass striker. Raoni Barcelos, he's mainly a wrestler, right? So that's where he's going to look. He's going to try to get the fight down, wrestle, look for a submission, whatever. Payton Talbott, in my opinion, I think his get-up game and his takedown defense is way too good. He's a negative 1,100 favorite here, and he should be. He's not going to lose this fight. Payton Talbott in round 2 starts is probably my bet. In all honesty, I don't think he sleeps Barcelos in the first round. So if you do Payton in round 2 starts, it's probably going to be like negative 200 or something. Much better odds. You could also do the spread, negative 5.5. I think he finishes Barcelos. I think it's going to be later. If he does win a decision, I don't see it being very difficult. I think he wins with 30-27s across the board. So that's what I'm liking for this fight. Zach Reese taking on Sedriques, Dumas. Zach Reese, he's good. Obviously lost his debut to Cody Brundage. He got slammed. A little bit fluky, right? Obviously. He's good, though. He fought Jose Medina in his last fight. He couldn't finish him, but I don't think anybody's finishing that dude. The dude's tougher than a $5 steak. So Zach Reese, he could strike good, right? Power in his hands, good striker. Solid wrestling. He could take people down. He has good grappling, really good grappling. He could submit people. Obviously, knowing this archetype of Zach Reese, I've seen it before. Offensive striking, offensive wrestling, offensive grappling. You know what he won't have? I guarantee it. He won't have takedown defense. He won't have striking defense. I've seen it time and time again. People like this coming in and out of the UFC. But I will say Zach Reese is pretty good. Sedriques Dumas is not very good. He's a street fighter. He's very green. He doesn't really know shit. To be honest, striking's okay. Wrestling's not good at all. His takedown defense is ass. Zach Reese is the pick all day. I'm not going to break it down no more. We don't have to explain it. Do not overthink it. Zach Reese is the pick. And I don't know if it's a finish or not yet. To be honest, I don't know if he'll finish him. We'll have to see, right? I know he's going to wrestle him. I would just pick Zach Reese straight as of right now. If you're on my Patreon, pay attention to what I do. I don't know if I'll do Zach Reese in round 2 starts, as I'm going to do for a lot of these plays. I'll probably just do Zach Reese straight up. Karol, Rosa taking on Ailin, Perez. Ailin Perez she has a shit ton of ass, right? That's what people know her for. She twerks. She has a big ass. She likes to show it off. She lets Marab smack it. And that's why people know who she is. But she is a pretty good fighter. Don't let the ass fool you. She could wrestle, and she could wrestle her ass off, but she can't do anything else. She's going to wrestle Karol Rosa, who does not have the best takedown defense. That's how this fight's going to look. Karol Rosa, she's a solid striker, right? She could mix in takedowns a little bit. Her takedown defense isn't that good, though, to be honest. She's a big step up for Ailin Perez. And we're going to see what Ailin Perez is about, because if Karol Rosa can stand up consistently, Ailin Perez will probably gas out. And Karol Rosa will take this fight over. I'm going to take Ailin Perez here. I just think her wrestling's going to win her the rounds. Her pace and pressure's going to almost break Rosa. But I will say I think it's going to be a pretty close fight. Give me Ailin Perez as the dog here. So Johnny Walker versus Bogdan Guskov. This fight's scrapped. I don't know if you guys know it. I just kept it in my slides because I wanted to let you guys know this fight is off. So there's no need to break this fight down anymore. Jailton Almeida taking on Sergey Spivac. Jailton Almeida is a fucking animal. He's pretty much a light heavyweight fighting at heavyweight, but he's strong as shit. He's athletic as shit, and he's explosive as shit. He is a nasty wrestler and a nasty grappler. As you can see in the Curtis Blades fight, he took him down how many times in that first round? A shit ton. I don't know how many exactly. I don't have my notes and all that stuff in front of me, so it's kind of just freeballing it. Yeah, Almeida's a fucking beast. He's a monster, and he could take down anybody in this division whenever he wants. Striking's not all there, but he doesn't really get hit because he's so good at timing those damn takedowns. Sergey Spivac, on the other hand, he's a grappler, right? He also shoots takedowns. Is his takedown defense that good? I don't know. Are his takedowns pretty good? They're decent. I just, quite frankly, he doesn't beat the top people in this division, and Jailton Almeida is the top fighter in this division. I think Jailton Almeida is just going to take Spivac down and just really do what he wants with him. Spivac is probably not that good off his back. Jailton Almeida is the pick here all day. Don't overthink it. Jailton Almeida is going to win this fight. I know some of you guys, oh, it's grappler versus grappler. Spivac might be able to keep it standing, whatever. Jailton Almeida's not losing, man. He's going to be able to get the takedowns. He's going to take him down. He's the better grappler. He's the better wrestler. He should be able to hold him there, and if he can't, he's going to get him right back down once Spivac stands up. Spivac's going to gas out, and it's going to look very easy in rounds 2 and 3 for Almeida. Rinya Nakamura taking on Muin Gafurov. So the Nakamura name is a legendary name in the game. He is a nasty wrestler. He's a world champion wrestler. What is it? World champion junior wrestling. World champion in junior wrestling. There you go. I want to say he competed, or he was on the Olympic team or something like that as well. So his wrestling's no joke, it's as good as it gets. He's one of the best Japanese prospects in the UFC right now. And I think he's the best, in my opinion, currently. Even, I know, Tatsuro Taira, whatever. I don't think Taira's as good as a wrestler as Nakamura. So obviously Nakamura does get hit a little bit, right? He has nasty power in his hands, though, which sets up his takedowns. He's going to get the takedowns against whoever, pretty much. His wrestling's really that good. And he's going up against Muin Gafurov, who we've seen in his last fight, where his takedown defense really just got exposed. So obviously, Kang Ho Kang took down Muin Gafurov 3 times, controlled him for over 5 minutes. His wrestling is not even close to being as good as Nakamura's. Nakamura is going to be able to take down Muin Gafurov whenever he wants. He's going to be able to control him. That's that. I mean, does he have to watch out for the leg kicks? Sure. Does he have to watch out for some of those big shots? Yes. That's not going to happen here. Nakamura is going to take him down within the first 45 seconds, in my opinion. If he doesn't, he's going to keep pushing. We've seen his grappling pace. He could handle the cardio, right? Yeah, just look at his last fight against Carlos Ferreira. That was a crazy grappling match because Ferreira kept shooting for submissions. He kept attempting submissions and all this stuff on Nakamura. His grappling defense looks really good, man. His wrestling's just elite. Yeah, don't overthink this one either. It's another high confidence pick. Nakamura is gonna beat Gafurov by WrestleFuck. I will say what I would look for: Nakamura in round 2 starts. Get those odds down. That's what's going to be there for you guys. If your sportsbooks have, if they don't, email the fuck out of them. Make sure they add that shit because that's changing the betting game for sure with value. Beneil Dariush taking on Renato Moicano. This is a good fight. Money Moicano's on his little run, right? He's a really good grappler, but he doesn't have nothing else. That's really all there is to it. His striking's not that good. He does have good pace, pressure, grappling, right? That's all good. Cardio's good. I don't see him beating Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush is really good wrestler. Nasty power in the striking. His striking's a lot better here. He's beaten some good guys, right? We've seen him against Mateus Gamrot. Gamrot couldn't do shit wrestling-wise against Beneil Dariush. So what's Moicano going to do? I don't think Moicano's getting those takedowns. I just can't see it happening. Beneil Dariush is going to be the pick here. I'm pretty confident. I think he should be a favorite. And for you guys that have jumped off the Beneil Dariush train, he lost to Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira. A lot of you guys think Charles Oliveira could beat Islam. Fucking delusional, but you do. A lot of you guys think Arman Tsarukyan could beat Islam. I don't fucking think so. But those are the 2 best fighters in the lightweight division. Moicano would have got fucking slept by them too. So don't sit here and act like Beneil Dariush is washed because he lost to the 2 best people by KO. Yeah, that hurts, right? Moicano's not going to KO him, in my opinion. Beneil Dariush should be the pick. He's my underdog lock of the week for UFC 311. Kevin Holland taking on Renier de Ritter. Obviously, he's new, right? He fought Michael Chiesa in his debut. He fought Gerald Meerschaert in his debut, my fault. He looked like dog shit. He gassed. His striking's terrible. He's fucking hittable. His takedowns aren't the best. He's not a very good fighter. He's really not. Kevin Holland's obviously a journeyman. He's a really good striker. Kung Fu background. Kevin Holland's obviously black belt in jiu-jitsu, but as Islam says, who give him this black belt, brother? It's not a real black belt. It's a fake black belt. But his jiu-jitsu's alright, obviously. De Ritter gets him down. He probably submits Kev. But I don't think that's happening. I know Kevin Holland's takedown defense is ass. His wrestling defense is he's clueless. I just don't see De Ritter being any good. And I think Kevin Holland sleeps him, to be quite honest. I love Kevin Holland in this fight. I think he's going to sleep De Ritter. But what I will say, do Kevin Holland KO / De Ritter submission. I think that's the safest play for this card. That's if you want to do a safe play. If you just want a straight pick, Kevin Holland's the pick. If you want a prop, that's not. Double chance, Kevin Holland KO. That's what I like in this fight. Yuri Prochazka taking on Jamal Hill. This guy's a fucking delusional piece of shit. I can't stand Jamal Hill. but I'm not going to give this clueless bastard any type of attention. He got slept by Ferreira in his last fight, which was a very easy pick. I don't know how that shit was pick him. Jamal Hill's not very good. He's one of those fighters. Comes up, he has no background. He's just an MMA fighter, almost like Dumas a little bit, right? But he has power in his hands, so he can sleep people. He doesn't get the best of people. Light heavyweight isn't a very good division as it is. So he gets a lot of old ducks, to be honest, that he could beat. He looks good there. Wrestling defense isn't very good. Grappling defense isn't very good. Striking's decent. It's good against grapplers. His striking's absolute dog shit against other strikers, and that's just facts. If he faces a decent striker, he's not winning the fight. That's just his striking's not that good. Obviously, he has power. He's not very good. He's just a delusional piece of shit that deserves to get his fucking face stomped into the fucking ground. Yuri Prohashka, a little weird. He's all into that spiritual shit. He's also a weirdo. I never thought he was that good either, but he's a better striker, I think, in my opinion, than Jamal Hill. Obviously, his striking defense is absolute dog shit. He does have some, I don't know, he's just tough as hell, really. He just walks forward. But coming off those 2 knockout losses to Alex Pereira really concerns you, because if he gets touched, his chin could be gone. And I know Jamal Hill is not a very good striker, but if Hill could touch him just the right way and say his chin's completely gone, he could go to sleep. That being said, Yuri's my pick here. I think he's the better striker. I think he's the better fighter. Fuck Jamal Hill. It's not a biased pick. But Yuri's my pick here at -110. It's a pick 'em. I think he should win. Obviously, if he doesn't win, I think it's because his chin's just not there. So, yeah, give me Yuri in this fight. I think he's the better fighter. Obviously, it's not insanely high confidence, but I think he should win this fight. So now we have Merab Dvalishvili taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. Merab's just a wrestler, right? Striking's whatever. It's not really that good. It's just he has a lot of pace and pressure, and his wrestling helps striking numbers look better, all that. Striking's not very good. He's very hittable. His pace, cardio, pressure, wrestling are fucking second to none. They're all elite. The problem with his wrestling, though, I will say, is he cannot control people. Besides Sean O'Malley, because he sucks too. I never thought he was all that good. I've been telling people for years Merab would maul him. Oh, I don't know who Merab is. Okay, well, there we go. We cashed in on Merab as an underdog. So, yeah, Merab's not going to be able to keep Umar down. If he does take him down, I don't think he's going to be able to take him down. Umar's takedown defense is really good. He trains with Islam, Khabib, all those guys. So, yeah, he's obviously Khabib's cousin. If you guys didn't know, he's Usman Nurmagomedov's brother. Usman Nurmagomedov is the Bellator champion who's fighting the week after UFC 311 against Paul Hughes. Humongous fight. I'm not going to get off topic about that shit, though. Umar's the pick here. He's the better striker. He has the better jiu-jitsu. He has the better clinch game. And I think wrestling, I think Umar's the better wrestler, too. Merab just has the pace, pressure, and cardio. The only way Merab wins is if Umar gets tired and he could break him. I don't see that happening. Umar trains way too fucking hard. And I quite frankly, I think it's going to be a stand-up fight. I think Umar's going to be able to clip him on the feet, land the way bigger shots, way cleaner strikes. I think he's going to be able to take Merab down. Will he be able to hold Merab down? I don't think so. But yeah, give me Umar here, man, all day. I think he's going to beat Merab. I think it's a pretty easy pick. Don't overthink it. Umar's the real deal. Obviously, I will say, though, one thing I forgot to say. The odds are a little too high. I would say that. I think it should be -200 just because it's Umar's first title fight. But regardless, Umar will win, and I think Umar in round 2 starts is a really good play if you guys are looking for better value there. Also, I do think over 2.5 here is pretty good. I don't know what the odds are going to be because I know going the distance for this fight's -135, so, or -150, sorry, which I think's crazy because I think this goes the distance. Although I did say I could see Umar clipping him and subbing Merab, as Merab's gotten hurt in the past. And it's kind of like the Oliveira and Islam fight, right? And the fact that if he clips him, he could go down to the ground with him and sub him. I don't see that happening, though. I think it's a decision. Give me, the fight goes the distance here. Give me Umar's decision. Give me Umar in round 2 starts. Yeah, give me all three of those. Islam Makhachev taking on Arman Tsarukyan. It's the rematch. Obviously, Arman stepped in on short notice last time. Islam won a 30-27 decision. It was not fucking close, like people say. All fucking toolboxes. Yeah, Arman could wrestle a little bit. He has power in his hands when he strikes. His striking's decent. Jiu-jitsu's it's not really there. Takedown defense is all right. No, it's good. His takedown defense is good. I will say, he does have the advantage in the fact that he's shorter. If this is going to be a wrestling match, right? He has the advantage there because the shorter you are, the easier it is to get takedowns on taller guys due to the fact that you want to be lower to the ground than the other guy, right? It usually wins the wrestling exchanges. Islam's as good as it gets, though. Is his wrestling as good as Khabib's? Not even close. I've been telling you guys that for years, right? But you guys don't fucking listen. Islam's wrestling is good. He struggles with shooting double legs, right? He likes to clinch takedowns. He likes all that stuff. So that's why I say, like, his takedowns are all right. Like, they're really good. But against real wrestling defense, it's kind of hard for him to shoot double legs because they're a little bit slower, in just my opinion. Obviously, sometimes he times them and he looks really good. But when he could time the shots, he's going to get the takedowns and he's going to look really good. Islam's the real deal, though. He's as good as it gets. A really good striker. Elite wrestling, elite judo, elite jiu-jitsu, elite ground and pound. Yeah, I mean, I don't see, I guess, his cardio. But, I mean, Arman doesn't have the best cardio either. Rounds 4 and 5, they kind of gas out a little bit. Not crazy bad, but they will gas. Quite frankly, I don't see Islam losing this fight. I really don't. Obviously, rematches are always weird, as we've seen with the Dern and Ribas fight. Rematches are always weird. But Islam is going to be the better striker. He's going to be better in the clinch. He's going to have better judo. He's going to have better jiu-jitsu. He's going to have better wrestling. Whatever I'm missing, he's going to have better that. Cardio, I feel like, is the same between these two. And I don't see Arman winning unless he could catch him. That's really it. Yeah, I'm pretty confident here. I'm not going to sit here and ramble. Islam's the damn pick. He should win this fight. Islam in round 2 starts is really good. Fight goes the distance, plus 130. I also like that. Should go the distance. These guys are as high level as it gets, man. You don't really finish these high-level guys like that. I don't see a finish. Over 2.5 is good. Islam in round 2 starts is good. Islam 4-5 decision is good. Islam decision. Whatever you guys want to do. That stuff's all good. Those are my breakdowns for UFC 311. I'll give you some of my most confident picks real quick. Islam Makhachev. It's not in order, but Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, Zach Reese, Grant Dawson, Jailton Almeida, Rinya Nakamura. Those 6 I feel like are locks, absolute locks. If I'm missing one, I don't know if I am or not. I might be. I just think if you want to do the round 2 start stuff too, I'll give it away to you guys. Islam in round 2 starts. Umar in round 2 starts. Rinya Nakamura in round 2 starts. Grant Dawson in round 2 starts. Those 4 should be absolute locks. I feel like Jailton Almeida in round 2 starts is probably a good one as well. I don't see him finishing Spivac in the first round. But the first 4 I said, those are really good for the round 2 starts. I don't see any of those fighters finishing in round 1. So obviously, like I said, our Patreon, tremendous value. The payment plans, $3.99 for UFC, or for NBA, $1.99 for NFL, $1.99 for UFC. The results speak for themselves. We've cashed out. We've turned the Patreon into a fucking cash cow. And if you guys tail, I guarantee you, your lives are probably going to look a whole lot better. I know mine has, for sure. Just having that extra money every month is just so nice. Especially going into real estate, it's really paid for everything. It's paid for this MacBook Pro I have. It's paid for all the fees and all that stuff. But if you guys are trying to find it, just search up Austin Rise with Patreon, right? And you'll find it. Down here are all the bet slips that some of the members have sent me. Obviously, we have a lot more on our Instagram, which is right above. Check out our Twitter also. Yeah, man. Join the Patreon if you guys want to make some extra cash. It's a fucking cash cow out here. This is obviously all the events tracked. I'm not going to get too far into it again. But we track everything. Pay-per-view, PFL, Bellator, Apex events, city events, country events, so on. We know where we need to load our money more on. We know where we need to be very consistent with dividing our money, as in the Apex events and city events. Don't overload, don't underload. We know what not to put super big money on. Apex events, which I just did. So yeah, we got it all tracked, man. We got it down to a fucking science. And this year's going to be huge. I just hope you guys join early. And just come along for the ride, man. It's going to be a big year for us. I feel it. 2025 is going to be huge. 2026 is going to be even bigger. And 2027, I guarantee we're going to be second to none. It's going to be, like, very big, in my opinion. It's going to be very big. It's not going to be as easy to get in contact with me. I just see a lot of big things. So get in early. I'll remember all my early members, and you guys will always have that early access, stuff like that. So that's that. That's the UFC 311 breakdown. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I can't wait for the co-main and main event. Actually, the whole card. It's just stacked from top to bottom. I feel a $2,000+ day or 20 unit type of day for us. So don't miss it, man. We got 311 this week. We have Bellator the next week, and we have Saudi Arabia, I think, the week after that. So, I mean, I'm expecting probably $5,000, $6,000 in these next 3 weeks. I'm hoping so, which, if that translates to like 50 to 60 units, which is ridiculous return. So, yeah, just come follow along. Join the Patreon. It's $1.99 a month. Just pay the $1.99 for the month. $2 for a month. You could possibly turn that shit into $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, however much you put. It just depends. But just do it. And if you don't like it, if we don't make you money, talk bad about us online. Say how dog shit we are. I'll give you your $2 back if that's the case. Like, if you're really that mad, right? So if we lose money over UFC 311, Bellator, and whatever else, Saudi Arabia, I'll give you your fucking money back. It's not that big of a deal. It's $2. So that's that. Thank you guys for watching. Go Commanders. And I'll see you guys in the next video.